Hi guys, it's Miss Fletcher coming to you on Thursday, September 23rd, with our class for today, what we did today. We're still studying adjectives, and we studied pronouns used as adjectives. And we also studied demonstrative adjectives, interrogative adjectives, and indefinite adjectives. So I'll try to get to all of those. So this video might be a little bit long, but if not, then I'll try to get to them tomorrow. I'll send you another video if I don't get through all of them because I don't want to make it too long for you. So, okay, so we're talking about pronouns used as adjectives, and you can find the information about that in your textbook on page 386. So pronouns, like if you can think of pronouns, I, mine, me, we, ours, us, him, her, his, theirs, ours, etc. So there's, lots and lots of pronouns, but there's only 7 that can be used as adjectives, pronouns and adjectives. Okay. So those would be, my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. My, your, his, her, its, our, and their. Those can be used as both pronouns and adjectives. And in this case, what we're studying today, we're going to be using them as adjectives. So we'll be learning about how to use them as adjectives. For instance, if you said, my homework, you'd be talking about your homework. So my would be a possessive pronoun, and it turns into a possessive adjective when you're putting a noun with it. So my homework. My would modify homework. Or if you said his car, okay, his is being used in this case as an adjective modifying the noun car. Okay, or if you said her birthday, her in this case is being used as an adjective modifying the noun birthday. Okay, so that's how that works. All right. So a personal pronoun that can be used as an adjective answers the question, which one? Okay, about a noun that follows it. Okay, and again, 7 of the personal pronouns can be considered both pronouns and adjectives. And again, they're my, your, his, her, its, our, and their. Can be thought of as pronouns because they have antecedents. And remember, an antecedent is you're replacing the noun. So if you said, Mrs. Fletcher gave us a test in Mrs. Fletcher's class, you would probably want to change that to Mrs. Fletcher gave us a test in her class. So in that case, her, the pronoun her, it would, the antecedent would be Mrs. Fletcher. So you're changing that second Mrs. Fletcher into a pronoun her, and the antecedent is Mrs. Fletcher. So that's how they work as pronouns. And you should remember that from previous learning that we had probably a couple of weeks ago. But they can also be thought of as adjectives because they modify nouns and answer the question, which one? For instance, my daughter left her new backpack at school. So my is the adjective modifying the word daughter or the noun daughter. Okay, so my becomes an adjective. Her is also an adjective in this sentence because it modifies the word backpack, which is a noun. So they're modifying nouns. Okay. Okay. So, again, let me give you a little bit more information. Okay. So they look, possessive adjectives, which are the 7 that I told you, look very similar to the possessive pronouns you learned about before. Like possessive pronouns, the possessive adjectives, which are my, your, his, her, its, our, and their, express possession. Means that's ownership. Somebody owns it. Okay. So your homework belongs to you. Her birthday belongs to her. His car belongs to him. Okay, so those are the possessive adjectives. All right, so what distinguishes one from the other, whether it's a pronoun or an adjective, is that the adjective must be followed by a noun. Okay, like I said, my homework, his car, her birthday. Okay, those are all followed by nouns, so you know that they're adjectives. Okay. Possessive adjectives answer which one about the noun they're modifying. So when it's an adjective, I might say, my slippers are here. So my would be an adjective in this case because it's modifying the noun slippers. But if I said, yours are over there, okay, yours in this case would be a pronoun because it's not modifying a noun. It's followed by a verb. So hopefully that makes sense. Has to be followed by a noun in order to be an adjective. Okay? Again, if you say, our pool is heated, our becomes an adjective because it's modifying the noun pool. Okay? But if I say theirs is not, theirs remains a pronoun because it's not modifying a noun. It's followed by a verb, not a noun. So theirs is not, in that case, theirs is a pronoun. Okay? So that's the difference between them. So hopefully you understand that. So with all that said, hopefully I would like for you to do exercise 9 on page 386. There's only 5 questions. There are 5 sentences there. And all you're going to do is write each possessive pronoun or adjective in the following sentences and then write the word it modifies. So for instance, in the example, yacht owners sail their boats long distances. So you would write their and boats. There would be the adjective that modifies the word boats, which is a noun. So those would be the 2 words that you would choose. Okay, and that's how you do that exercise. Exercise 9 on page 386. There's only 5. And what you want to do again is write the adjective and the noun that it modifies. Okay, so look at the example when you're doing it. Yacht owners sail their boats at long distances. There is the adjective, pronoun that's used as an adjective, modifying the noun boats. And so that's pretty much how that works. So hopefully you understand that. I don't think it's too difficult, but and hopefully I explained it so that you understand it. You can read the information that I gave you as well on page 386, which you should actually do. And that kind of gives you a little guide to that, to doing that exercise and doing it correctly. Okay? So that's what I'd like for you to do on that. Alrighty, and I think I will just go over demonstrative adjectives. Now, if you remember, demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, and those. Okay, so we learned those back. Those were demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, and those. Okay, and you had a test on that, I believe, or a quiz. So those are demonstrative. They can also be used as adjectives, but again, they have to be followed by a noun. For instance, she sailed these. Okay, that's where it's used as a pronoun because these is not followed by a noun. Okay, she sailed these. All right, but if you said she sailed these boats, these is followed by a noun. So that makes these an adjective. All right, it's describing or it's denoting, if you will, demonstrating which boats, these boats. Okay, now all 4 of the demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, and those, can be used as adjectives. When demonstrative pronouns are used as adjectives, they are called demonstrative adjectives. Remember that demonstrative means to point out. So again, she sailed these boats, or you're pointing out that these are the boats that she sailed. Okay? And so that's pretty much all that is. You just need to know those demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these, and those. Those are the only 4 that go, that are demonstrative. Okay? And then you have interrogative. Only 3 of the interrogative pronouns, which, what, and whose, can be used as adjectives. When used as adjectives, they are called interrogative adjectives. And remember that interrogative means to ask. So when you're asking a question or putting it that way, it's an interrogative adjective, which again are going to be which, what, and whose. Okay, so when it's a pronoun, which did she see? So which, it's asking a question, it's just being used as a pronoun. There's no noun that it's modifying. But if you say, which ship did she see? Then you're modifying the noun ship with the word which. So that becomes an interrogative adjective. Okay, which ship did she see which becomes an interrogative adjective. Okay? And then you have indefinite adjectives. So indefinites were words like each, any, many, several, few, more, less, words like that would just be not specifically naming, but giving any number of persons, places, or things, okay? Like if you said each boat had several sails, then each is an indefinite pronoun. But in this case, because it's followed by a noun, it would be called an indefinite adjective. So each boat had several sails. Each modifies the noun boat. And then several, which is also an indefinite adjective or an indefinite pronoun, being used as an adjective in this case, several sails. Okay, so each boat had several sails. Each is modifying the noun boat, and several is modifying the noun sails. Okay, they bought more rigging. More is used as an adjective, an indefinite adjective modifying the noun rigging. Okay, so those are pretty much how that works. So you have demonstrative adjectives, this, that, these, and those. They have to be followed by a noun in order to be an adjective. So again, she sailed these, it's a pronoun. If you say she sailed these boats, boats is a noun, so she sailed these boats, these then becomes an adjective modifying the noun boats. Okay? And then interrogative, again, you're only going to use what, whose, and which. Okay? Those are the only interrogative. I think there are 5 of those, but you're only using the 3. What, whose, and which. Okay? And those are going to be the same way. When it's a pronoun, which did she see? Which is used in that case as a pronoun because there's no noun following it. But if you say which ship did she see, then it becomes an adjective because it's modifying the noun ship. Okay? And that's interrogative. I know these might be a little bit complicated, but if you can think of it in terms of if it is followed by a noun. Now, that's why it's very important that you know your parts of speech, including nouns, because you have to know what a noun is in order to know that it's being followed by a noun. But remember, a noun is a person, place, thing. Okay? A person, place, or thing. All right? So, and then your indefinites, all of those words, and you can look back back when we did pronouns and find that list of all the indefinite pronouns like each, many, few, more, some, those ones, those several, however, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they are on that list, which is back. Let me see if I can find that page for you guys. Pronouns. That's verbs. We want to be before verbs. Okay. Sorry. Going back is not... Okay. I'm sorry. Your indefinite pronouns would be on page 229. No, I'm sorry. 353. Page 353. So that's where you can find the indefinite pronouns so you can kind of get an idea of those words that will be changed into adjectives, because there's a lot of them, that could possibly be. So you might see one that I didn't mention, but it would be on that list. Okay? And I know that's a little tedious to have to go back, but it's really the best for you to make sure that you know what the words are. Okay? Because you don't want to put an indefinite adjective, or you don't want to call it an interrogative or a demonstrative adjective, okay, when it would be an indefinite. So keep in mind, demonstrative adjectives, this, that, these, those. Interrogative adjectives, which, what, and whose. And then your indefinites are going to be all of those words like each, some, for, each, some, many, few, whatever. Okay, so go back and look up those words, okay? On page 353. So you'll find them on there. So, then I would like for you to do exercise 10, recognizing other pronouns used as adjectives. And in this case, you're going to label them, or, so you're just going to write on your paper the adjective and whether it is demonstrative, interrogative, indefinite, or possessive, which your possessive is what I just went over in the very beginning of this video. So, for example, this sailing vessel is safe. So this, that, these, those, that's going to be a demonstrative adjective. This vessel or sailing vessel It's followed by a noun, so it's going to be an adjective. Okay? So I'd like you to do those 5. So it's exercise 9 on page 386, exercise 10 on page 387, and the information that you need if you want to reread it on demonstrative adjectives, etc., is also on page 387. So I suggest that you maybe read that and become familiar with any of that information. Okay? So again, demonstrative adjectives. That kite, that modifying the noun kite. This phone, this modifying the noun phone. These tickets, these modifying the noun tickets. And those blankets, those modifying the noun blankets. Okay? So, but if you say something like this is stale, this is not going to be an adjective. In that case, it's going to be a pronoun because it's not followed by a noun. It's followed by a verb. That took forever, same thing. It's followed by a verb. These are confusing. It's going to be a pronoun because it's followed by a verb. So make sure that you understand that the adjectives are going to be followed by a noun. Okay? And anything else is not going to be an adjective. All right? So that's pretty much it. Now, again, if you have any questions, any problems, any issues, please make sure you contact me, email me, whatever. That's what I'm available for. Any questions that you have. I may not be able to get back with you immediately, but I will get back with you as soon as I can. So hopefully you understand everything that I just went over. Again, they're on page 386 and 387 in your textbook, so you should be using that as well. That's where the exercises are as well. So in order to do those, you can read that information again and the other information that I gave you. So let's see. We're probably going to have a test next week. So these particular exercises will be due on Friday. That's the next class. So these will be due on Friday. There was also a worksheet that I may be able to scan and send to you. If not, then I will exempt you from the worksheet. So it's basically the same thing as what you're doing here, these exercises that you're doing. So we might do that. We'll see. And I would imagine, unless I can scan that worksheet, which I haven't figured out how to do yet and get to you, other than typing it all up and copying it. And that's very, very time consuming. So anyway, so that's what we did today. Hopefully you're keeping up. Most of you are getting in your work, but please make sure that you are getting it in. And again, please make sure that if you have any issues, you call me. Or not call me, but email me and let me know. I'm available for you. Like I said, it may not be right away, but it'll be within a reasonable amount of time that I can get back with you. Also, if you do this on paper, which I'm assuming you will, and you take a picture, very, very important. Only one person is doing this correctly. Excuse me. Make sure that you take a picture with light. You know, it has light so I can see it, and that it's dark writing. Use a blue or black ink pen. Don't use a pencil because it's very difficult to see. Use a blue or black ink pen. When you take a picture and make sure you take a picture where I could blow it up, because when you blow up on Google Classroom, it's, it will push it up and you can't see the top. You can only see the bottom, or vice versa. Excuse me. So anyway, I know I say that all the time, but it's really important for me to be able to grade, that I be able to see your work. Okay? So again, any questions, please let me know. And I hope you have a great evening, and I will talk to you again probably on Friday. Okay? Bye.